In Privacy Watch, the World Cup starts today in Russia, and as fans flock to the major sporting event, U.S. officials are issuing a warning for Americans attending the game. Those traveling to Russia are being advised not to bring electronic devices with them due to the threat of hacking by cyber criminals or the Russian government.
Here with us to discuss the cybersecurity concerns is senior writer for Tech Republic, Dan Patterson. So, Dan, what is the risk for Americans that are traveling to the World Cup, bringing their devices with them, and who are the potential hackers and who are they targeting?
So this goes for any traveler, no matter who you are or where you're going, but especially if you work in business, government. If you have sensitive data on your phone, especially traveling to Russia, you not just might get hacked, you will get hacked. Regardless of the device type, the Russians in particular are very, very good at exfiltrating data from mobile devices. So there are a couple ways that they do this. One is the Occam's razor solution, which is the simplest solution. Have you ever seen an email in your inbox that looks legitimate but might be a little fishy? Yeah, we call this phishing, right? So I was in Ukraine last year. The second I touched down, my inbox was loaded with phishing emails.
Wow.
So phishing is just a really simple way, tricking you to click on a link and log into something, give your passwords. That instantly will compromise your device and all of the sensitive data on the device.
So I know the advice that's being given is to leave your phone or your devices at home. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So people want to stay connected. So, what can you do to be protected and still be connected?
Can you buy a burner phone?
You can. If this is financially viable for you, do not take your device. Bring a burner device.
Explain that.
If possible.
People don't know what that is.
Yeah, so a burner device is an iPhone or an Android phone that is not your primary device. What you want to make sure you do is create, again, burner accounts. So don't use your real Gmail account. Don't use your real Facebook. Don't have those applications on your phone. In fact, the biggest thing that you can do to prevent some of this is to just delete the apps that are non-mission critical. I know that we all want to be Instagramming and posting cool status updates, but put your personal safety first and think about your friends and family. You are compromising not just yourself, but compromising those who are within your social graph if you allow your device to be accessed. A burner device might not be financially viable for a lot of people. So if you're taking your own iPhone or your own Android device to any country, anywhere, again, delete all of those applications. If you have an Android device, I would recommend, this is not a product endorsement, but I would recommend a Samsung device with Knox, because Knox is a secure enclave within the device itself. So you kind of have double levels of protection. I would recommend bringing an iPhone simply because the encryption is a little better and the way Apple handles security is a little better. But there are devices called stingrays that can be used by law enforcement for very legitimate purposes. We use them around the White House to protect the president. These can scramble cell signals. They can also reach into your device and pull out the encryption keys. So again,
wow. It's a scary world.
Keep an eye on your phone. Make sure if it turns hot, turn it off. Do not connect to wireless networks. Do not connect to Wi-Fi networks. Keep your phone in Wi-Fi, in airplane mode, and make sure that when you connect to a network, it's a legitimate network and not something propped up by a stingray.
Given the millions of people that will be attending the World Cup events and participating, I mean, what are the chances that they can't hack everybody, or can they?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I mean, it's sort of, because people always think, well, it won't be me. I'm just a nobody.
Yeah. So this is one of the most dangerous lines of thinking. And I can understand it. I can relate to this. But you, again, are not just you as a target. You are a portal. So you can you have a ton of information on your phone that is valuable, including your contact list, including the information that you may store about your company, your finances. You are a portal, and hacking happens at mass scale. So it really takes the low-hanging fruit first, those who've done nothing. But then there are other tiers that may be a little harder. If you've maybe seen this video or you've thought about your security but haven't done anything about it, you still are a target, and there are devices that will allow large-scale hacking and large-scale data exfiltration. It's incredibly important to think of yourself as a prime target. You will be targeted. Make sure that you protect yourself.
So you said when you traveled, you knew that they were at least targeting you because you got all these phishing emails, right? How do you know that you've been compromised? Are there some giveaways?
You may not know that you've been compromised. The best rule of thumb when traveling anywhere is to assume that you are a target and assume that you may be compromised. So whenever I leave the country, even when I go to Europe or other places that I feel are fairly cyber secure, I still remove all of those applications. I also only communicate on an app called Signal. Signal is great because it encrypts the data, but it's also open source. So it has been vetted by security experts who are able to say, okay, we know where the loopholes are. And by communicating on one channel, then your friends and family know it's actually you and that they're not being phished because your device has been compromised. So make sure that you kind of establish a protocol before you go, and that the people that you love and that you have to interact with also understand what is legitimate coming from you and what could be a hoax or a phishing email.
All right.
Oh, man, interesting stuff.
Yeah, we got me worried.
And scary stuff. Dan Patterson, thank you so much.
Good to see you.